This week, in artificial intelligence, the power behind the scenes is shifting. New alliances are forming, new machines are coming online, and the tools you use at work may soon feel less like software and more like colleagues. OpenAI just signed a colossal hardware deal with AMD that could reshape who controls the pipelines of progress. Google launched Gemini Enterprise so companies can literally talk to their own data. And at MIT, a new supercomputer just lit up, built to push science, medicine, and security faster than before. Later in this episode, a quick reality check on the quiet way sensitive information leaks through everyday prompts, and 3 simple habits to protect yourself. Let's dive in. OpenAI and AMD have struck a landmark partnership to deploy up to 6 gigawatts of advanced graphics processors, starting with 1 gigawatt next year. That's like building power plants for thinking time. The twist? OpenAI could end up owning part of AMD itself, up to 10% if performance milestones are met. It's not just a hardware order, it's a seat at the table where the future is engineered. You might ask why it matters? Well, whoever builds the chips decides the pace of progress. For years, NVIDIA's grip on the GPU market has shaped who can build what and how fast. Now, with AMD in the mix, we're seeing real competition. More suppliers mean more innovation, and hopefully, fewer bottlenecks for everyone, from startups to researchers. Picture this: a small robotics startup in Berlin. Last year, they spent half their budget waiting in GPU queues. Today, that same team can access computer power instantly because new supply opened up. Their prototype goes from concept to demo in a week instead of a month. That's the invisible chain reaction that deals like this create. Of course, more variety can also mean more friction. Different chips mean different quirks. Developers might have to tune models for multiple platforms, not just one. Still, I'll take that over a single gatekeeper any day. Real progress happens when power spreads out. And speaking of spreading power, Google's just done something quietly revolutionary. Gemini Enterprise is here, a new platform that lets businesses query their own knowledge bases conversationally. Ask a question, get an answer drawn from your company's emails, documents, and reports, all summarized by artificial intelligence. Think of it as Google search for your office, but smarter. Here's the catch. This time, it's not a shiny beta. It's baked into the tools people already use: docs, sheets, and chat. No awkward plugins, no clunky dashboards. Just natural language woven into your daily workflow. If you've ever drowned in admin or repetitive writing, you can already picture the relief. Imagine walking into work on a Monday morning. You ask, summarize last week's client feedback, and it compiles the notes, drafts the follow-up, and books the meeting slot, all before your coffee cools. That's not the future. That's just Tuesday at the office now. But trust is everything. These systems only help if you know what they're seeing and where that data lives. A helpful assistant becomes a liability if it accidentally cross-pollinates private information. So start small. Assign clear, safe tasks, double-check the results, and build confidence over time. Now, for something much bigger, literally. MIT's Lincoln Laboratory has just switched on TextGain, the most powerful AI supercomputer at any US university. Over 600 top-end GPUs working in harmony, designed for generative modeling, simulations, and cybersecurity research. If supercomputers ever formed a band, this one's the headliner. What makes TextGain special isn't just the size, it's where it lives. A university, not a corporation. That means open science, published data, and discoveries that don't vanish behind paywalls. Expect advances in medicine, new materials for clean energy, and faster ways to model climate systems. One researcher described it perfectly. It's like going from a bicycle to a jet engine overnight. And that's not an exaggeration. Imagine a PhD student studying how proteins fold. What once took a week of queued compute time now finishes in an afternoon. That same student can test more theories, publish faster, and maybe discover something life-changing before graduation. Still, big power brings big questions. Who gets access first? How do universities make sure smaller teams aren't pushed to the sidelines? The right balance could make techs gain the blueprint for academic innovation around the world. Let's connect the dots. OpenAI's deal shifts the hardware balance. Google's Gemini shifts how workplaces think. MIT's supercomputer shifts who gets to experiment at scale. The pattern is clear. Intelligence is moving from products to infrastructure. The software disappears. The results don't. But while the giants build power, a quiet risk grows in the background. A new study found 77% of sensitive data leaks come not from hacks, but from people copying and pasting into public AI tools. Financial reports, HR records, even private emails fed into chatbots for quick help. No malware, no breach, just good intentions, meeting bad habits. Picture it. A tired employee, late on a Friday, pastes a client contract into a chatbot asking for a summary. The bot does its job perfectly and keeps the data forever. No one hacked anything. The leak already happened. So here's your crash course in staying safe. 1. Assume anything you paste into a public system could be stored or read elsewhere. 2. Only use verified enterprise accounts when handling private material. 3. Anonymize and redact before you share. Change names, remove figures, and use mock data where you can. It's not paranoia, it's hygiene. Guard your clipboard like you guard your password. Here's the bigger point. The smarter the tools get, the easier it is to forget they're still tools. They're brilliant at pattern recognition, not responsibility. You are still the adult in the room. Now, a quick look forward. Over the next few months, the conversation will shift from which model is best to which system actually finishes the job. The flashiest demos will fade. The quietly reliable ones will rise. You'll stop saying, "I used AI." You'll just say, "It's done." That's when the tech stops feeling magical and starts feeling normal. So, what surprised you most this week? The billion-dollar chip alliance speeding everything up? The idea of talking to your company's entire knowledge base like a colleague? Or the thought that a student at MIT could be generating world-changing science on a machine you can't even fit in a football field? Would you welcome a workplace assistant that quietly finishes your to-do list? Or would you keep it on a leash until it earns your trust? Drop your take in the comments. I'll feature the best answers in the next episode. Don't forget to subscribe to AI Unlocked and share this with someone who just wants their tools to finally work smarter, not harder, because the future isn't coming. It's already here.